The off season is officially over, which means we've got some work to do. We've got some racing to do. Let's go.
My name's Aaron. We like to go fast. It's the start of racing season, and we're ready to compete in autocross. Now we've got a long, hard season in front of us, but that's not what this video is about. It's about something a little different, a little quicker, a little faster. Welcome to the channel. I'm excited because we are finally prepping the car for its first track day of 2025. This is Full Octane Creations, where we guys give you all that motorsport good. Now we are going to be preparing this car for its first track day in 2025. We're just going to be doing a quick overhaul, basic maintenance needs, anywhere from checking the pads, checking fluids, and stuff of that nature. We're going to be walking you guys through how I prepare myself and the car for a track session. Now there's a lot that goes into it, so I thought, why not document the process on getting this beautiful 2019 Subaru BRZ ready for the track. Now, she, for the most part, is stock in terms of what's under the hood. The things we have done to this car are essentially just coilovers, sway bars, wheels, tires, and pads. That's all that we've done to this car. It's still on stock power. Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way for too long. Essentially, we're just going to get the car ready for its first track day, and I'm going to walk you guys through on how I prepare for a good old track session. So let's get this show on the road. You guys know the gist. Boom. Track day is tomorrow, and I've been working a lot, so I haven't had a chance to finish up on all the things we want to do for the car, but finally got some time. We're going to replace the brakes on this bad girl over here. We're going to do what you normally do before a track day, which is a tech inspection. So it's basically a form that you fill out to make sure that you've inspected your car or a certified mechanic has inspected your car. So doing this just ensures that your car is ready, good and safe for the track. So we're gonna get this bad girl done and clean it up and move on to the next thing that I do in order to prepare for the track. One more day, I'm pumped, I'm excited. Let's go. Let's get this girl done and move on to the next thing.
Alright. What time is it? It is currently
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. We ran into some issues. In the process of replacing the brakes and taking off one of the wheels, I broke a wheel stud. Now, you guys should learn from my mistakes. Don't do these type of things the night before a track day, because you never know what's going to go wrong. You never know what you're going to have to do in order to get yourself ready before a track day. Ideally, I would be in bed by now. Track days consume a lot of energy, so we're using some of that energy on fixing the car. So far so good. We were able to get to AutoZone just in time to buy their very last wheel stud for this car.
4 minutes before they close.
It was crazy, so we got very lucky there. No issues so far with replacing the wheel stud. Everything looks good now. I got the brake calipers back on, so I'll put on the new brake pads. Then that means I'll be done with the fronts. Then I'll knock out the rears in about 20-30 minutes. And we should be good to go to finish up the tech inspection, load up the car, and go home and do one last thing, which you guys will see here in a second. So learn from my mistakes. Don't do this the night before. You should always do this at least a week before, if not a little bit more. So don't be me. Learn from me. Don't be me, because no bueno. All right.
We are officially back home. Car is done. Car is ready. We're good to go for tomorrow. Still a little late, but what I always like to do before we hit a track day is hit the sim rig. So I have the luxury of being able to drive the track I'm going to be driving to on the sim rig. So we have it on a Assetto Corsa, so I have the luxury of being able to practice.
That's right. No, we talking about practice, man. Practice. You know you're supposed to be out there.
And get used to the track. You know, practice cornering techniques, different racing lines, things of that nature. Just get used to the track. So specifically because I haven't driven this track in this configuration, so we are going to Motorsport Ranch tomorrow, driving the 1.7 counterclockwise. I've driven it clockwise, so we'll see how different it is. But really, practice makes perfect.
We're talking about practice with your team, with your teammates.
So this is what we're gonna do for probably an hour or so, and then get some sleep and hit the road. Let's go. Good morning. Alrighty. Oops, sorry. Thank you.
You have a good one.
You too, appreciate it. Let's go, party people. Good morning. We got coffee, we got food, ready to get the morning started. Because it is track day. Good old track day. We got an hour and a half drive to get to Crescent, Texas. So we can start doing that good and driving on track. We're gonna stop for gas and get some stuff and then hit the road and get on over there. Boom, boom. What's going on, party people? We are here. We are finally here in Crescent, Texas. Out here, MSR, Motorsport Ranch. Beautiful, beautiful day to be driving on track. Now, this is only my fourth time on track. We just got done teching the car, driver's meeting. So now we just got to go through the routine of doing our last preparation before we go out on track. Today we will be driving, like I mentioned, the 1.7 counterclockwise configuration. I'll probably have it up on the screen. But basically you're going to be seeing cars with 4 main straightaways, a couple turns, really cool section called Rattlesnake, big bend, little bend, and then I think you got some ricochets and stuff like that. We're gonna have some good fun. Didn't get enough time on the sim that I wanted, but we got relatively some good time. I've done this configuration clockwise. I've never done it counterclockwise, so I'm not completely new to it, but still pretty new since I've never driven it the other way around. And plus, when I drove the clockwise configuration, that was my first time on track, so still pretty fresh. So we'll see how we do. We're here to improve. Let's go, people. Let's go. It is game time. It's a new track. The nerves are creeping, but it's go time. A lot of new things to learn, a lot of new things to get accustomed to. So let's see how the first session goes. So right off the bat, I was one of the first ones on track. Now, I didn't really know this track like the others in my group did, so it was a little bit nerve-wracking having to drive this when I'm the one slowing the rest of the session down. So here we are going into Ricochet on one of the main straights in Motorsport Ran, which goes into Little Bend, which is right here. Now, I did spend most of this session just letting people pass so that way I can get accustomed and learn the track. So this session wasn't my best session. Really wish that I had spent a little bit more time on the sim learning this configuration. That, and I typically like to be towards the end of the pack when it comes to the session, so that way I can see how others take their lines and faster drivers, what their braking points are and things of that nature. But in this case, I was just holding up the session, and as people caught up to me, having to let them pass me. So not the greatest confidence booster when it came to this session. You can kind of see all the people I'm holding up and just saying, yep, there you go, pass me please. So that way I can have some space and go run a little bit longer. All right, first session is done. That was a rough one. Definitely a struggle. I was one of the first ones that they let out onto the track. A lot of fast people out there that I had to let pass before I could get some space to learn the track. So definitely a rough one. Couldn't get the Track Addict app to work on that session because I'm using the free version. So learning from my mistakes, you got a lot of adjustments that I need to do. So now I get a little break to kind of go over maybe some footage and some other stuff to see what I can do better, how I can increase my lap time. Right now I'm sitting at a 132, which pretty slow. So that just means there's room for improvement. So we'll see how I do after that. A lot to take in, a lot to digest. So it gets overwhelming, but that's just a track day. It's situating yourself into a position where you gotta just take it in, let it go, and then move on and improve. So let's see if we can do that throughout the day. 3 more sessions, and I'll keep you guys updated. It's probably another 20 minutes until we go back on track. Been reviewing my footage, watching some YouTube videos, took some advice from some people, so we'll see what I can do to improve this next go around. So looking like people in similar cars as me are around the 125s, the 127s. So I'm at 132, so we can push it a little bit more. Gonna do some changes, focus on the basics, shifting, race line, all that good stuff. See what we can do. Man, looking at the footage, I was slow. So we're not here to go slow. We're here to go fast and learn and improve. So let's see if we can do it. Yeah, so we couldn't get Track Addict to work this first session. I think I figured it out. So now I'll have data for the next session to look at. And then I like having these breaks so that way I can look over my footage in between sessions to see what I can do better, what I did wrong, and improve on top of that. So let's go. We're gonna get quicker. We're not gonna let this keep us from getting quicker. No ma'am, no sir. We're here to party, so let's party. It's a fiesta. Vámonos. Vámonos, party people. It is fiesta time. Let's get this session going. So this is session number 2. Now, a big difference in this session that gave me way more confidence was I took advantage of YouTube. Now, YouTube is a great source to learn a track, especially if you don't have a sim rig. There's always people posting videos of themselves driving the track. You can really study the race line that they have, their braking points, and things of that nature. Now, during this session, I gained a lot more confidence. I was able to push the car, and you can kind of see I was able to catch up to other people and try to pass them. So during this session, I'm going to walk you guys through the track and some of the bad things that I did during this session that I'm going to later on show you what I did to fix them to eventually get faster. So here is the main straight of the track that you'll see. So this straight goes into what's called Rattlesnake. So what's cool about Rattlesnake, it's basically a low, medium speed, changes kind of like a snake. Very similar to the types of turns you'll see in autocross. I really enjoyed Rattlesnake a lot. And here you'll see I carried a lot of speed going out of into Wagon Wheel. So Wagon Wheel eventually leads you into Ricochet. So here in Ricochet, I would tap the brakes going into it, which would lead me into one of the other straights that eventually goes towards Little Bend. So same thing, brake into a downshift to carry a little bit more speed and throttle out of it to eventually go towards Buzzard Neck. Now what's unique about Buzzard Neck, Horseshoe, Boot Hill, and Tombstone is that they're all different types of turns in terms of changing radiuses. So these types of turns you really want to be careful because of where you have to apex. So whether you have an increasing radius or decreasing radius determines the way you apex those types of corners. So once you get through those, you'll go into the second main straight, which takes you around Big Bend back into the main straight. So like I said, I gained a lot of confidence. I was starting to push every corner as much as I could. And when doing that, you're going to experience these types of things that you're about to see. So when you're pushing the car and you're pushing it to the limits, you're going to spin, you're going to go off track. It's okay. It's very important that you always be aware of your surroundings. Don't come on track if you see more traffic. Be aware of your car, its condition. Are you leaking fluids? Is everything mechanically sound? Can you get back to the pits safely? So safety, not only yours but other people's on track, is something you always want to take into consideration when things like this happen. They're gonna happen. It's okay. Just take a deep breath and take it step by step. Get yourself back into the pits, or just stay where you are and someone will come and get you out of that situation that you're in. So in this case, we were okay. We went to the pits to get our stuff checked out and we moved on. Second session done. A lot of improvements made. We're looking good so far. I went from a 132 to a 129. Still some points we can clean up, still some go backs. So we got 2 more sessions, but until then, we have some of the best barbecue in Texas that we're about to go eat, and it's from a gas station. So we're gonna chow down, enjoy the little victories that we just did in terms of improving and gaining a little bit more confidence on the track and not letting that first session get to my head. So we're gonna go reward ourselves with that barbecue. I can't wait to see how much you like it. This is good barbecue. When I tell you guys this is good barbecue, this is good barbecue. Ooh, I like that truck. Anyways, we're gonna go relax, chill, hydrate, get some nutrients, get some more energy so we can go faster these next 2 sessions. Alright, enough of that bum diggity barbecue. It's time to get back on track. This is our 3rd session and arguably the session where I learned the most. So we're about to break it down for you. So as you can see, we are following this fellow BRZ brethren in front of me. Now, very, very fast driver in front of me that I studied like crazy. So some of the things that I did differently from the last session, I took exactly from them. So another tip that you can take on track is follow someone fast in a similar car as yours and just copy them. You know, obviously you're going to make some changes, make some tweaks based off your driving style and your car, but let's watch what he does. So right off the bat, here we are going off the main straight. Now typically I would aim towards the left side of the track to turn right, but you'll see he took a little bit of a shorter line to set himself up parallel to these apexes to carry more speed coming out of this rattlesnake commotion going on here. Now he carried off to the right, carrying a lot of momentum here through wagon wheel. Now this is one of the points where I gained a lot of time. Here in Ricochet, I was giving a tap on the brake and then cutting left, where I saw he was just almost full throttle with a small lift back on throttle. You know, so I carried a lot more speed doing that, just like him. Little tap on the brake, same as usual. And then here, I noticed that his braking zone was way later than mine and way quicker than mine. So just a quick later tap on the brake, same with this guy right here. Taking an early apex to veer right to set yourself up right here to get a quick shift to fourth gear, because if you connect that whole backside, you're setting yourself up to go really fast like he was there. So I tried to replicate that as we went throughout the session, and we got faster. We got so much faster, and that's how we do it. That's how we learn. That's how you push yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed that little tidbit and that little voiceover. Alright, party people. The first track day of the season is officially in the books. We are done. We've completed our mission of coming in, never driven this configuration before, and just improving lap after lap, session after session. I started at a 132 and got my time all the way down to a 126. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get to film my last session because my GoPro battery died, but maybe I can figure something out with the third session and some of the data, but we managed to do it. We're improving. Still a couple seconds off of the guys that are actually in time trials, so that's the goal, is to be competing with them soon. So definitely more room for improvement, but we're going to get there. Just more seat time, more consistency. Let's go. Dialed everything in. Make sure you guys follow along. Let me know in the comments if there was something that I didn't go over, you guys want me to go over in future videos, stuff like that. But we're going to have some fun. This car is great. We've got some stuff for her in tune for the future to make her faster. So let's get this Fiesta going. Until next time, guys. Peace out. Good? Guess my fart. Nice.